every year we played NBC, Nashville Business College, 4 times because it's the distance between, they were on the road, we'd play 2 games here and 2 games there. And it happened the last several years that they'd come up here first and we'd usually beat them. Then we'd go down there last and they'd beat us. And
so just a good rivalry there.
Yeah. Well, we had one special game that happened in about our 101 or 102 victory, we hoped. And that ended up in tied at the end, and we played 1 overtime, scored 2 or 3 or 4 points apiece, played another overtime, ended up the same way. And one episode that happened during that intermission between the second and third overtime was Coach Olin Rubel's wife just couldn't stand anymore. She got up and she said, "I'm leaving," said, "Y'all can settle this by yourself."
She said, "I'm going home."
And everybody in the gym heard her because small gym and everybody was quiet because she walked right out where everybody could see her. So it gave everybody a light moment during the tense overtime.
And that's something we really needed at that particular time.
I'll bet so. And then who ended up winning that game?
We won the game, and Cookie Barron made a couple of free throws. Mm-hmm. She was fouled by Barbara Sipes, their All-American player, and made the free throws, and we won the game.
How are you able to, through all those 429 wins, not counting just the games, but how are you all able to remember details like that? Who made free throws and against who fouled whom and all that? That's just amazing to me.
Well, he has such a good memory. He can remember those things because when I go to a game, I don't pretend to the statistics and this whatever they do and don't do. I just enjoy the game. But he remembers because he was coaching. He knows everything that goes on.
Well, she may be stretching out a little. At that time I kind of knew, but I forgot, except when we got beat, I remembered that pretty well. One thing that I want to emphasize, from the very start, when we started Flying Queens program, we insisted on strict eligibility requirements. They were always good students, and there was never any doubt about anybody about to flunk or anything. It just didn't happen.
And you had mentioned talk again about Dr. Arms. You had said that he had talked to you.
He just mentioned one day at coffee that he was amazed that we had such outstanding students back then, and wanted to know how I recruited them. I didn't really take credit for that. I thought that they wanted to come to Wayland more, get a chance to play basketball, because not too many colleges were playing basketball at that time.
Okay. And Wilda, what about as far as the family aspect of it?
Well, we felt, we were so close to the girls, we just felt like that they were our family, and I entertained them a lot, and I cooked for them, and we just got together a lot of times for meals, and they seemed to enjoy it. When we lived on 11th Street, we had a swimming pool, and that was a draw for them. They liked to swim and had a lot of fun, a lot of initiations in the pool, and it worked out real fine. They knew they were always welcome. Harley is real good to keep in contact with them by telephone. As a matter of fact, he just talked to one of them, I believe last night. They have a long conversation. We keep up with them with their families and how they're feeling and where they're going and what they're doing, and it's always interesting to us, and they always seem glad to hear from us, and we're always glad to hear from them.